What's up, my phantoms? Today we got a review for Dying Light, the Beast. Let's get started with this, guys. What is up, my phantoms? Welcome back to another game review. Today we're diving into Dying Light, the Beast. Yes, it's a brand new game, but sadly, it's only digital with no physical release. But does it live up to the hype? Let's get into it. Dying Light the Beast is developed and published by Techland. It was originally intended to be a DLC for Dying Light 2, but it expanded into a standalone game. You know, kind of like how Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 was supposed to be a DLC. Anytime a company's like, hey, let's do a DLC, but wait, we can make so much more money if we do it like this. However, though, it does star Kyle Crane returning to the helm. Now with a twist, experiments have given him beast mode abilities. The setting is Castor Woods, a more rural, scenic, and sometimes eerie open world, contrasting with the more urban settings of past entries. Now, what's been improved and what's some strong points on this game? Based on our impressions and stuff like that, Horror Night intentions, for one, nights are scarier. The game leans more into survival horror than some recent entries. Darkness, creepy locations, jump scares, it all contributes in this game. Now, combat in beast mode? Melee feedback is sharper, attacks feel brutal and satisfying. The beast mode, beast transformation, is a fun twist. You build up a meter, then go super powered for short periods. It adds a high moment of power amidst the tension. The movement feels more grounded or toned down compared to Stay Human. Some of the more extreme vertical traverse tools are gone or reduced, but remains is tighter, more urgent, more survival oriented. The world is fun to move through, lots of landscape features, rural settings, which gives it freshness. Now, the main story is somewhat predictable, but well told and sometimes emotional. Side quests are more varied, have decent writing, giving more depth to the world. The main campaign is about 20 to 22 hours long, so for a game that was supposed to be a DLC, that's not terribly bad. Add some side content, exploration, side quests, secrets, and it pushes well beyond that. For, a complete list, there's a lot to do in this game. Generally solid performance, especially on mid to high end PCs if you're playing on a PC. Some issues on low VRAM GPUs, there are stutters. Some visual features, ray tracing for example, promised or expected are missing in the initial build. But critics note that the engine, Techland C engine, shows its age in some areas, draws distances, certain visual polish are lacking from what people have said. I have not played it on a computer, but from console-wise, it's pretty good. Now, there are some weaknesses in areas that could definitely be improved. Lack of innovation. Some reviewers say that while the Beast refines what worked, it doesn't break much new ground if you play this series a lot. It feels very familiar. Story and the plot weakness. The plot can be a bit on the nose, sometimes predictable. Beast mode feels almost, boring, but fun at the same time. Some critics have talked about repetitive combat, especially against basic zombies. After the fun moments, some fights they feel similar. Now, for PC-wise, missing features, ray tracing, etc. at launch. On lower-end hardware, performance drops and stutters are super noticeable. Progressive balance, at some points it's slow to progress, or it feels very punishing. RPG mechanics that aren't always rewarding. Weapon durability, where immersive, can become frustrating for some players. Now, comparison to previous games, my take. In many ways, The Beast feels more like a sequel in spirit to the original Dying Light than Stay Human did. You get more of the horror, more of the danger, more of the atmosphere. The game pulls back a bit on the crazy toy kit of movement and tools, which for some could feel like a downgrade, but for others, like myself, it enhances tensions, suspense, and fear. If your biggest complaint about Dying Light 2 was that it drifted too far into spectacle and narrative moral complexity, The Beast seems to course correct towards what many fans wanted: zombies, fear, survival, and brutality. Overall, though, Dying Light the Beast is most of the game many fans were hoping for. Delivers on the scares, the gore, the fun of beast mode, the wandering at dusk when undead roam, and the visceral joy of disembowering hordes. It refines rather than reinvents, and doing so balances what worked with what needed improvement. So if I had to give it a score for my phantoms out there, 8.5 out of 10. Maybe even pushing close to a 9, depending on how much of the missing features are patched and how the late game balance holds up. Now, my recommendation for this, if you love Dying Light or zombie games with serious survival leanings, this one is definitely the game to play. Now, if you want lots of spectacle, massive vertical traversal tools, super flashy open world gimmicks, this game pairs some of the back. Keep expectations realistic. For co-op players, this is also solid. Share survival, share fear, share beast mode chaos. It's absolutely insane. So that's my review of Dying Light the Beast. It's tough, brutal, sometimes messy, but it's a return to the roots that many gamers, including myself, have been waiting for. If you want, I would definitely, I was going to say I would try the game out first, but I forgot. It's digital only. So, yeah, you're kind of stuck paying the money for it if you want to play it. But it's definitely worth the play, like I said, if you're a Dying Light fan. But if you're not a digital fan, just watch the campaign on YouTube. If you're not a digital fan, if you prefer physical, because unfortunately this is not a physical good game. Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys are amazing. And let me know if you played this game, what you guys think in the comments below. As always, much love. Peace.